No, do you think I should do that, John? Hey, John, seriously, John, do you think I should just sign?
All right, you're about to see Don Trump ask this reporter named John Carl the exact same question 8 times in 26 seconds. You basically have to be an auctioneer to talk that fast, but Trump gets it done. When I saw this video this morning, I was cracking up, and the way it ends at the very end is awesome. There's a lot to learn from that. And what I want you to learn from this video is the importance of focusing on delivery versus the words you say. I have so many guys that come to me for coaching, and they always say, I can't think of the right words to say. And then I listen to them in interaction. They come up with all the right things to say. It's their delivery that's totally bogus. So we're going to learn something in this video by focusing on that and see how Don Trump does that well. I'm Barron Cruz. Think of me as your personal social consultant that's going to help you polish up your social skills and speak with a strong, commanding tone of voice that's going to get people to respect and be attracted to you. Now, the first thing we're going to do is break down this footage right here. So let's roll the tape.
Mr. President, what do you say to those federal workers, security guards, Secret Service agents, TSA agents, who are now going without pay?
All right, that's interviewer John Carl who asked that question. I want to play this before we get into the auctioneer 8 questions in 26 seconds because it kind of sets the stage for the whole thing.
I think they have been terrific. These are terrific patriots. A lot of them agree with what I'm doing, and I hope we're going to have the situation worked out. But they want security in our country, and so do I. That's all we want. We want security. We want common sense.
All right, he riddled off a lot of different things there, but he's really good at answering the question that you want to be asked. You know, basically that reporter, John, said, what would you say about these people who are not getting paid, you know, that work for the government? And as opposed to saying, you know, well, it's a shame, you know, I know their families are probably struggling, it's unexpected, how can you plan for this? He says they're great patriots. A lot of them really are behind what I'm doing. So you spin it in a way of what do you think about them as far as people? Well, I think they're great people. I think they're doing a great job. I hope we get this resolved. But what is the last thing that he said there? He kind of slipped it by. Watch this again.
We want security, but they want security in our country, and so do I. That's all we want. We want security. We want common sense.
We want common sense. I noticed on a post that he had today on Facebook, he's really trying to reduce down and deduce down his ideas to the very simplest core ideas. So this one that he put on Facebook today, you can see right here, this is a choice between right and wrong. It doesn't get any easier to digest than that. And of course, whoever side he's on is the right side. You know, if the people who want to reopen the government and don't want to fund a wall, they could also deduce their arguments down to people want right or wrong. This is common sense, right? The word common sense, it's common sense if people are on your side, but not common sense when they're not. But when you're speaking to your base and using terms like that, people like that. They hear that regardless. And I'm not saying Trump is the only one that uses. Politicians use this all the time, no matter what side you're on. But people think, yeah, it is about what's right and wrong. It is common sense. When they're on the side of it, it makes sense. But if it was someone to say that on the other side, it wouldn't make as much sense. So that's a tactic that he uses effectively in this case.
Okay, what else? Any questions?
So why not sign the other bills so some of these workers can get paid in government?
You think I should do that?
Yeah, you could.
No, do you think I should do that, John?
I mean, it's not for me.
I mean, I watch your one-sided reporting. Do you think I should do that? Hey, John, no, seriously, John, do you think I should just sign? No, tell me.
Sign these bills that have nothing to do with
John, do you think I should just sign?
I'm saying that if you sign that, these workers can start getting paid. The government.
So you would do that if you were in my position, you'd do that?
I'm not in your position. I'm asking you if that's something.
I'm asking you, would you do that if you were in my position? Because if you would do that, you should never be in this position.
All right, let's stop the tape right there. What do you see a lot of people do in this situation when they're going to ask a question over and over again? Their emotion escalates with each time they ask the question. Why do you not want to do that? Because anytime you show emotional reaction, it brings your status down and the person that you are reacting to's status up. I don't have time to get into that. I talk about that in a bunch of other videos. But when you watch Trump, not only is he not having heightened emotions, but he actually laughs like it's kind of funny. He's not getting worked up at all. He actually poses the question one of the times in a way that it sounds like he's asking a different question, but then goes straight back to the original question. He's having fun with it. So always remember, when you're using this technique, don't get worked up. Don't get emotional about it. It's not what you want. It gives off the wrong impression. All right, before we see the end of this, which he rolls out with a ton of momentum, we got to go back and watch it. 8 times he says that. And I want to break down each one because there's a lot of different things that he does when he's asking that add to the effect of it. And as we go back through and watch this again, I want you to notice, as we talked about at the beginning of this video, Trump's tonality, right? He's not getting angry. He's not supplicative. He's talking with rapport-breaking tone. What would you do? What should I do? That's a rapport-breaking tone. If you don't understand the basic tonalities, you can grab a free checklist up here in the right corner. Just touch or click up here right now, and you can download it. It's going to go through the basics of tonality so you can understand what's going on to be sure that you're speaking with the right tonality for the right occasion.
What else? Any questions?
So why not sign the other bills so some of these workers can get paid in government?
You think I should do that?
1,
No, do you think I should do that,
2.
John?
I mean, it's not for me.
I mean, I watch your one-sided reporting. Do you think I should do that?
Okay, so there, he's not giving John the time to answer the question. He doesn't want a question. So he asked twice, and then he says you have one-sided reporting straight back into the question again. But on the other side, John is not answering the question either. He's trying to talk around it, and Trump keeps cutting him off.
Hey, John. No, seriously, John, do you think I should just sign? No, tell me. John, do you think I should just sign?
So he's held his feet to the fire 5 times at this point, just asking the same question.
I'm saying that if you sign that, these workers can start getting paid. The government.
So you would do that if you were in my position. You'd do that.
So now he tries a bit of a different angle if you were in my position. So it starts out, John, should I sign, right? Almost a little play on like, you're the big authority now. Should I do it? Like I'm taking advice from you. You know what I mean? Like if you're talking to a 3rd grader and you're thinking about getting a car and it's like some sports car the 3rd grader loves. And you're like, Billy, do you think I should get the car? You know what I mean? You're not going to listen to him, but you're kind of playing on that idea of them being an authority. Should I do it? And then he moves on to if you were in my shoes. So he tries this new technique just to kind of really hammer it in.
I'm asking you, would you do that if you were in my position? Because if you would do that, you should never be in this position. Because you'd never get anything done. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you very much.
Okay, you see that? That's one important thing I want you to understand. At the end of that, he has so much momentum by putting him on the spot, not giving him a chance to answer, getting in his little cracks, you're one-sided, all this. Would you do that? He knows he doesn't want to answer it, so he keeps hammering him with that question. Now, the momentum is so high that it only makes sense for him to end. Because if he was to keep going and keep interacting with him and going back and forth, it's not going to get any better than this. And what can you learn from that? Always leave on a high note. You can tell in conversation when it's a combative conversation like this, you can tell when the real high note hits. Don't hang around. Don't bask in it. Listen how Trump calls this thing off as soon as it's done, as soon as he wants to.
Because if you would do that, you should never be in this position. Because you'd never get anything done. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you very much.
Right on to it. No chance for rebuttal or anything like that. Hey, do you have an Instagram account? If you do, I'm putting out a lot more content on there. I'm actually putting out videos almost every day that you're not going to find on YouTube. So I suggest you follow me on there if you're not right now. And I want to tell you, I went out last weekend on a date. And there were a few chairs that were open at the bar, which is kind of strange because it was kind of late at night. It was about 11 o'clock and it was going crazy. And I went up there with my date to try to sit down and order a drink. And there was a dude there who was giving me a hard time. If you want to hear the story about how that went down and the action that I took to handle it, you can click right here to do so. I'll talk to you there. Girl that I'm with. I said, hey, why don't we find out whose chair these are? At worst case scenario, you can probably sit in this one out here and I'll just stand. I'll be able to get a drink and kind of get the night going and see where it goes from there. And so as we walk up there,